Today on January 5th, Archangel Michael says, I saw your future, and I couldn't stop crying. I wasn't allowed to tell you until now. You have 16 seconds left, my beloved child. Don't skip, stay with me till the end, because what I am about to reveal will shake your soul in the most unexpected way. This isn't just a message, it's a release. A release from a season where you were doing everything right, yet nothing moved the way it should have. Right now, Archangel Michael says, heaven is watching you with a kind of attention you don't even realize. He says your future was sealed so tightly that even angels were told, not yet. And today that not yet has finally turned into now. The moment you pressed play, your timeline cracked open, like a locked door, finally recognizing your hand on the handle. Don't move, because Archangel Michael says, he saw you stepping into a moment, so powerful, it changes how you see your past. He saw you breaking cycles that have been chasing your bloodline for years. Cycles of delay, rejection, confusion, and emotional exhaustion. He says you're not just healing, you're ending something permanently. And when he saw what comes right after that ending, he couldn't stop crying, because it was too beautiful to explain with normal words. Listen carefully, Archangel Michael says, the next 16 seconds were never about fear. They were a countdown to alignment. A countdown to the exact moment your energy matched your destiny. And when that match happens, things start moving that you don't even have the power to stop. You'll notice it in the smallest ways first. A sudden calm, a clear decision, a heavy burden lifting for no reason, a sense that something is about to click. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says, you've been strong in silence. He saw the nights you stayed awake, thinking about what you did wrong. When the truth is, you did nothing wrong. You were just growing, in a place that didn't have room for your next level yet. He says you weren't being punished, you were being prepared. Because the blessing coming isn't small. It's the kind of blessing that requires maturity, stability, and a heart that can hold it without self-sabotage. Stay till the end, because this is the part Michael wasn't allowed to tell you until today. He saw the exact moment your life finally begins. The day you stop feeling cursed and start feeling protected. The day you stop explaining your worth to people who can't even see their own. He saw someone entering your life with honesty, loyalty, and protection. The kind of person who doesn't play games with your feelings. And he saw you finally relaxing, because you'll know you're safe. And here's what will shock you, Archangel Michael says, the doors opening for you were locked for generations. Not months, generations. He says certain blessings have been waiting in your bloodline for someone brave enough to break the pattern. That person is you. That's why your path was heavy, that's why you felt different, that's why people misunderstood you. Because you were built to be the turning point. If you're still here, take 1 second and like this video. Not for me, do it as a sign of agreement with heaven. And if you know someone who has been crying quietly, share this with them. Because Archangel Michael says, this message is not random. It's a spiritual alarm clock for the chosen ones, who have been delaying their own elevation, out of fear. Now listen, Archangel Michael says, once this message ends, the universe starts activating what was paused for you. He says you'll see proof soon. Unexpected messages, sudden opportunities, a person reaching out, an offer that feels too perfect, or a problem that resolves faster than it ever has before. And you won't have to force it, you'll simply step into it. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says, he watched you walk through a doorway that wasn't visible before. At first it looked empty, quiet, like nothing was waiting. But then he saw the impossible happen. People who once doubted you, recognizing your value. Situations that used to block you, suddenly opening. And favor finding you, without you chasing it. He says your name is being spoken, in rooms you've never entered. Your help is arriving, from places you never expected. Stay with me, because the reason Michael cried is this. He saw your comeback. Not a small comeback, a comeback that makes your past look like training. He saw you getting stability, money, and peace, at the same time. He saw you stepping into a season, where blessings don't trickle in. They come in waves. He saw you waking up one day, and realizing, wait, I'm okay now. And when the shift starts, Archangel Michael says, don't panic, if things move fast. Sometimes God answers so quickly, that it feels unreal. But it's real, it's your turn. Your season of being overlooked, is ending. Your season of being repaid, is beginning. So breathe, stay grounded, and be ready to receive, without guilt. My beloved child, don't skip this final part. Archangel Michael says, you will feel the change first, inside you. You'll stop begging for signs, you'll stop chasing people, who can't meet you. You'll stop questioning, whether you deserve more. And the moment you stop shrinking, life starts expanding around you. So stay connected, subscribe, if this message touched you. Because the next one, may be the confirmation, you've been asking God for. And remember, the revelation doesn't end, when this video ends. It begins, when you step back into your life, with new certainty. And if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Don't skip right now, my beloved child. Because this next part, is where the shift becomes visible. Archangel Michael says, there is a shift happening inside you right now, that you may not fully feel yet. And then he paused, because what he saw, was so intense, it didn't fit into normal words. He said your spirit is already moving, before your life catches up. That's why you felt restless lately, that's why certain things, don't satisfy you anymore. That's why your heart keeps whispering, something is coming. It's not anxiety, it's alignment. Listen carefully, because this is the secret, Michael was trembling to reveal. Archangel Michael says, the blessing isn't just on the way, it has already entered your atmosphere. He saw it hovering near your timeline, like a door, that's about to swing open. And he said the reason it feels quiet, is because heaven doesn't always arrive loud. Sometimes it arrives as peace, sometimes it arrives as a sudden release, sometimes it arrives as you finally waking up one morning, and realizing you're not scared anymore. Stay with me till the end, because this part will hit you in the chest. Archangel Michael says, the moment you stop begging for signs, is the moment the signs start chasing you. He saw repeated numbers, unexpected messages, and random conversations that aren't random at all. He saw someone speaking your name with respect after seasons of silence. He saw an opportunity returning, not to test you, but to choose you properly this time. And the biggest part. He saw you recognizing your worth, without needing anyone to confirm it. Don't scroll, because this is where your past loses its power. Archangel Michael says, there's a moment coming, where you'll look back at what broke you. And realize, it couldn't break you. It only shaped you. He saw you stepping out of survival mode, like a person walking out of a storm, and into sunlight. And when he saw your face in that moment, calm, steady, protected, he said heaven rejoiced, because you finally stopped carrying what was never yours to carry. Hold on, my beloved child. Because this is the part that changes your relationships too. Archangel Michael says, a new kind of connection is being prepared. One that feels safe, honest, and steady. Not confusion, not mixed signals, not hot and cold. He saw someone entering your life, who doesn't drain your peace. Someone who doesn't make you guess. Someone who values your loyalty, instead of taking it for granted. And when he saw that, he said, this will heal them more than they realize. Don't skip, because this is where your finances and stability begin to shift. Archangel Michael says, what's coming isn't just emotional peace. It's physical relief. He saw money arriving, in surprising ways. He saw a door opening, that fixes what you've been struggling to fix, for a long time. He saw your hands finally holding what they prayed for. And he said your provision is being restored, not slowly, but suddenly. Because the delay was never denial. It was preparation. Stay till the end, because this next truth is the strongest one. Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough will not require you to beg, chase, or prove yourself anymore. He saw you being chosen, without forcing it. He saw you being respected, without performing. He saw you being rewarded, without explaining. And when he saw that, he cried, because he knew how many nights you spent thinking your life would never change. But it is changing, even now, as you're listening. Pause for a second and breathe, because your spirit needs to hear this clearly. Archangel Michael says, the reason this message feels urgent, is because your window is opening. Not a window of pressure, but a window of divine timing. He saw you stepping into a season, where you move with clarity. Where you stop doubting your own intuition. Where you stop shrinking to fit places that were never meant for you. And that's why he warned you, don't disconnect, don't quit, don't scroll away from your own moment. And before this part ends, I need you to do one thing that locks your alignment in place. If this message is touching your heart, take 2 seconds, and tap like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Because the blessing grows when faith is shared, not hidden. Archangel Michael says, the moment you honor the message, your spirit becomes even more open to receive what's already approaching you. Stay till the end, my beloved child. Because here is the final layer Michael showed. Archangel Michael says, you are about to witness a reversal. Where what rejected you returns, where what delayed you releases, where what hurt you stops controlling you. And he said the most beautiful part isn't the blessing itself. It's who you become when it arrives. Calm, clear, protected, elevated. The kind of person who no longer begs life to change. Because life finally begins to match your destiny. Listen, this is the part where the air around you changes. Archangel Michael says, the next scene he saw in your future wasn't just good news. It was the kind of breakthrough that makes time feel unreal. He said the blessing doesn't arrive slowly. It arrives like a door being kicked open by divine timing. And once it opens, nothing goes back to the way it was before. Stay with me till the end, because this isn't about hoping anymore. It's about receiving. Here's what will shock you the most: the moment you step into this phase, you stop chasing anything. Opportunities begin chasing you. Archangel Michael says, you'll notice it first, in the smallest ways. One unexpected message, one sudden invitation, one "we've been looking for someone like you" moment. That hits your chest like thunder. And the reason it feels so intense is because you've been waiting for so long that your spirit almost forgot what arrival feels like. Don't skip, because the next part is where your destiny starts moving fast. Pay attention to this. The vision showed your old cycle, trying to pull you back, one last time. That same familiar doubt, that same tired fear, that same voice saying, what if it doesn't work? But Archangel Michael says, you don't get trapped again. You recognize it, you see the pattern clearly. And the moment you see it, it loses power. This is the turning point, where you stop repeating your pain and start rewriting your future. Stay till the end, because once this shift happens, your life doesn't just improve. It upgrades. Now hear this clearly: protection is surrounding you, in a way you can't measure with logic. Archangel Michael says, there are delays that were actually shields. And rejections that were secretly redirections. That's why the next blessing arrives, with precision. It doesn't just give you something. It restores you. It gives you back your confidence, your peace, your appetite for life. And when people look at you, they'll feel it, something in you has changed. Don't skip, this is where your glow becomes undeniable. Something even bigger is hidden inside the next part. A person. Not a random connection, not a temporary presence. Archangel Michael says, someone enters your life, with a calm spirit and a steady heart. And they don't play with your emotions. They don't confuse you, they don't make you beg for effort. They show up with honesty, loyalty, and safety. And the craziest part. You'll know it's real, because your nervous system won't panic. Your heart will finally exhale. Stay till the end, because this is the kind of connection that feels like answered prayer. And listen, if this message is touching you right now, don't keep it to yourself. Hit like, so this reaches someone who needs hope tonight. And subscribe, so you stay connected to these revelations when they drop. Because Archangel Michael says, the more you stay aligned, the more you recognize your signs. And the more you recognize your signs, the faster your life shifts. Here comes the part that made heaven pause. The financial shift. Archangel Michael says, he saw resources flowing toward you. In a way that doesn't match your past. Not because you suddenly became lucky, but because your season changed. He saw you receiving an offer, a raise, a paid opportunity, or a breakthrough idea that turns into income quickly. And he said the reason this happens is because you're stepping into a timeline where your work is finally valued. Stay till the end, this is where you stop surviving and start building. Don't be surprised if your phone starts lighting up with opportunities that once ignored you. Archangel Michael says, people who once overlooked you will circle back with respect. And what's wild is you won't even feel thirsty for their validation anymore. You'll be calm, you'll be clear, you'll know your worth. That's how you'll recognize the miracle. Your outer life shifts, but your inner life stays steady. Don't skip, because this is the moment your spirit becomes the leader of your life. And now the most intense part of the vision. The moment you finally feel free. Archangel Michael says, he saw you waking up one day and realizing the weight is gone. The heaviness you carried, gone, the constant stress, gone, the fear of the future, gone. Not because your life is perfect, but because you finally trust that you're guided. That trust becomes your power. And once you have that, nothing can manipulate you again. Stay with me till the end, because the last reveal is the one that changes everything. This is the final confirmation. Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough is already in motion. And the next sign will be so clear, you won't need anyone to explain it. You'll feel it in your chest first. Then you'll see it in your reality. And when it happens, remember this moment. Because this was the message that arrived right before your life shifted. Stay aligned, stay open, and stay ready. Because what's meant for you is finally close enough to touch. Hold your breath, because the blessing Michael saw isn't coming someday. It's lining up right now. Archangel Michael says, the next turn in your path happens so fast. You'll barely recognize your own life. And the reason heaven went quiet is because this is the exact moment. Your old story ends, and your new one starts. Listen, this is where the hidden door finally opens. Archangel Michael says, I watched the walls around you crack. From the inside. Not because people helped you, but because your spirit got tired of being small. The same things that once delayed you will suddenly stop working against you. And you'll feel it, like a switch flipping in your chest. Pay attention, because a sign is about to hit you, in a way you can't ignore. Archangel Michael says, a message, a call, or a name will appear at the perfect time. It won't feel random, it will feel personal. Like heaven is tapping you on the shoulder, and saying, "This is it." If you've been seeing repeating numbers, or sudden memories, that's the build-up. Not the ending. Stay with me, because this part explains why Michael cried. Archangel Michael says, "I saw you finally being treated with honor. Not tolerated, not used, not overlooked, honored." He saw people who once questioned you, suddenly speaking your name, with respect. And he saw you walking away, from anything that drains you. Without guilt, without fear, without looking back. Here's the twist: your breakthrough isn't just about money or success. It's about peace. Archangel Michael says, the moment you feel safe again, everything accelerates. He saw your mind getting quiet. He saw your heart unclenching. He saw you waking up one morning, and realizing the heaviness is gone. That's the day your life starts flowing again. Don't skip this, because someone is being moved toward you. Archangel Michael says, a person with steady love and clean intentions is approaching. Not chaos, not games, not confusion. Someone who protects your heart, someone who doesn't make you beg for clarity. And when they enter, you'll understand why the old connections had to fall apart. Right now, this is your moment to claim it. If this message is hitting you deep, like the truth is landing inside your bones, tap like on this video. It tells the algorithm, and it tells heaven, you're ready. And if you know someone who's been carrying silent pain, share this with them. Let them feel this shift too. Wait, because Michael saw your name rising, where you can't see yet. Archangel Michael says, your name is being mentioned behind closed doors. Opportunities that once ignored you, are turning back. The door you thought was sealed, is opening from the inside. And when it happens, it will feel sudden, but it was being prepared for a long time. Here's what changes everything: your decision to stop doubting yourself. Archangel Michael says, the moment you choose yourself, the universe chooses you louder. He saw you stepping into rooms, with a different posture, a different glow, a different kind of authority. And people will feel it, before you even speak. Now listen closely, because this next part is where the timeline locks in. Archangel Michael says, I saw a chain reaction start, the second you stayed. One yes leads to another. And what used to take months, will start happening in days. Because divine speed is on your side. And hear this, your blessing is protected, but your faith will be tested. Archangel Michael says, you will be tested, right before the reward. A delay, a silence, a doubt, a memory, just to see if you'll shrink again. But the moment you refuse, to fall back into that old version, the blessing moves forward immediately. Look, this is the part where your finances shift. Archangel Michael says, I saw overflow replacing struggle. Not because you begged, but because you finally aligned with receiving. He saw an opportunity, that feels too good to be true, and yet it will be real. He saw you holding more than you lost, and giving from a full heart, not an empty one. Before you go, make sure you're still here. If you want more messages like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because the next confirmations will arrive fast, and you don't want to miss the moment your sign shows up in real life. Archangel Michael says, the chosen one will know it's for them. And you will know, because your spirit will recognize it, before your mind can explain it. Finally, take this with you, as you step into your day. Archangel Michael says, your season of waiting is ending, and your season of receiving is beginning. Walk like it, speak like it, expect like it. Because what's approaching you is not small, and it is already moving. Hold your breath, because this next part is where the vision stops being someday, and becomes right now. Archangel Michael says, the heaviness you feel is not fear, it's pressure from a blessing getting closer. And your spirit can sense it, before your eyes can prove it. Listen carefully, because this is the detail he wasn't allowed to reveal, until your timing matched heaven's timing. Archangel Michael says, he saw the exact second the universe stops testing you, and starts rewarding you. Not slowly, not in tiny pieces, but in a chain reaction, where one open door triggers another. And suddenly everything begins to move. Stay right here, because this is where your future becomes specific, not just hopeful. Archangel Michael says, a message is coming, that looks normal on the outside, but it flips something inside you. A call, a text, an email, a conversation, an invitation. Something that lands so perfectly timed, you'll feel your whole chest go quiet. Like your soul saying, this is it. Don't skip now, because this part answers the question you've carried for years, in silence. Why did I have to go through that? Archangel Michael says, he saw your old pain turning into protection. He says, what felt like rejection, was actually redirection. What felt like delay, was preparation. And what felt like loss, was the universe pulling you out of spaces that couldn't hold your next level. Hold on, because the next scene is what made even heaven pause. Archangel Michael says, he saw doors opening, that were locked for your bloodline. Doors you didn't even know existed. He saw opportunities choosing you, without you begging. He saw respect meeting you, where you stand. And he saw your name being spoken, in rooms you've never entered, by people you've never met, in decisions you didn't even know were happening. Stay till the end, because this part is about power returning to you. Archangel Michael says, he saw you standing taller, speaking clearer, and refusing to shrink anymore. He saw you making one bold decision, one choice that looks small to others, but shifts your entire timeline. And after that decision, the delays collapse, like walls with no strength left in them. Pause for a second, because this is where your heart finally gets relief. Archangel Michael says, he saw you stepping into emotional safety. Real peace. The kind where you can breathe again. He saw someone entering your life, with steady intentions. Someone who doesn't play games with your feelings. Someone who brings calm instead of confusion. And clarity instead of mixed signals. Don't scroll, because this is the warning, and the blessing at the same time. Archangel Michael says, the next phase of your life will move fast. And you must stay alert. He says, signs will multiply, numbers repeating, sudden confirmations, unexpected opportunities, and random moments, that feel too perfectly timed to be random. And the moment you notice the pattern, your spirit locks into the new path. If your heart is still here, do one simple thing, like this video. Because it tells your spirit you're ready to receive. And if you know someone who's been carrying pain quietly, share this with them. Because Archangel Michael says, this message is not only comfort, it's a trigger for alignment. Stay with me, because this is the part where your breakthrough stops waiting for the perfect you. Archangel Michael says, your blessing isn't coming, because you did everything right. It's coming because you survived. Heaven watched you keep going, with tears in your eyes, and courage in your bones. And now the repayment begins, in a way that feels sudden, but has been building for a long time. Don't skip, because here comes the most intense truth. Archangel Michael says, your season of being overlooked is ending. The silence is breaking, the heaviness is lifting, the doors are responding, and what's meant for you is already in motion. So close that your life will start changing, in ways you can't explain yet, but you'll recognize immediately. Stay till the end, because he says this is the final confirmation. Your past cannot follow you into this next chapter. The version of you that struggled, is not the version of you that will receive. And when the first blessing lands, you'll realize, it wasn't luck, it was timing. It was protection, it was destiny, finally saying. Now. Now here's how you'll know it's already working. Within the next few days, you'll notice a coincidence that's too perfect. Someone reaching out, an opportunity resurfacing, a clear answer, or a sudden peace that replaces anxiety. Archangel Michael says, these aren't random moments, they're confirmation markers. When you see the first one, don't second guess it. Say I receive it. If this message hit you, tap like, share it with someone who's been fighting silently. And subscribe, because the next part is where Archangel Michael says, the blessing becomes tangible. You didn't find this by accident, your future is already reaching for you. Wait, this is the part where your life stops feeling almost, and finally becomes it's happening. Archangel Michael says, your spirit is crossing into a level, where delays don't have authority anymore. And the reason you're still listening, is because your soul can feel the shift, before your eyes can see it. Look closely, at what's changing inside you right now, because it isn't random. Archangel Michael says, the heaviness you carried, is starting to loosen. The confusion is starting to clear. And the people who couldn't see you before, are about to notice you, without you begging for anything. Here's the truth, nobody warned you about. Your breakthrough doesn't arrive quietly. Archangel Michael says, it comes like a sudden unlock. One message, one opportunity, one conversation, one yes, that snaps your whole timeline, into a new direction. And you'll know it's real, because it will feel peaceful. Not chaotic. Now listen, because this is where it gets personal. Archangel Michael says, your name is being repeated, in rooms you've never stepped into. And the reason you've been feeling restless, is because your next chapter, is already being prepared behind the scenes. While you're still wondering if you're ready. Something wild is about to happen, and you're going to want proof. Archangel Michael says, the proof will come, in patterns repeating, signs, unexpected invitations, and people reaching out, at the exact moment you were about to give up. Like heaven is nudging you forward, on purpose. Don't ignore this next part, because it explains the tears. Archangel Michael says, he didn't cry because you suffered. He cried because he saw the exact second your suffering ends. And what replaces it is so big, that it shocks even you. Peace in your chest, stability in your life, and a confidence you haven't felt in years. Here's a gentle reminder, that might save you. Don't talk yourself out of what's finally meant for you. Archangel Michael says, the enemy of your blessing isn't a person. It's hesitation, it's doubting yourself at the doorway, it's shrinking, right before the upgrade arrives. Pay attention, because your future is sending signals, through your present. Archangel Michael says, the next few days will feel different. Your instincts sharper, your decisions clearer, your energy stronger, and that's because the universe is rearranging the pieces, so fast, that your old life can't keep up. This is your moment to claim it, not just hear it. If this is hitting your heart, like and subscribe, so this message reaches the right people. And here's the deepest part, you're not being punished. You're being positioned. Archangel Michael says, everything that fell apart, was clearing space. Everything that delayed you, was protecting you. And everything that hurt you, was pushing you toward a version of yourself, that can finally receive without fear. Watch what happens, when you stop begging for signs, and start walking like you're chosen. Archangel Michael says, the moment you move with faith, doors move with you, people soften, opportunities return. And blessings that felt impossible, begin showing up, in the most normal moments. Like heaven is proving it was working all along. One more thing, this is where destiny becomes undeniable. Archangel Michael says, the next shift won't just change your schedule. It will change your identity. And you'll look back, and realize, this wasn't a random video. It was the exact signal your future sent, to find you. Stay with me, because the final piece of the vision, is the one that makes everything make sense. Archangel Michael says, a turning point is already moving toward you. And when it arrives, you won't have to force it. Things will line up so cleanly, that you'll feel God's timing, not human timing. Here's what you must remember, when it starts happening fast. Don't rush with panic. Archangel Michael says, your blessing will come with calm. Even if it comes quickly. So if something feels loud, confusing, and draining, that isn't your door. Get ready to see people change their tone with you. Archangel Michael says, the same ones who doubted you, will suddenly respect you. Not because you fought them, but because your results will speak for you. And yes, something is coming for your finances too. Archangel Michael says, provision is attached to your next step. And the moment you choose courage over comfort, a door opens. That brings relief, and expansion. If you know someone who's been carrying pain silently, share this with them right now. Archangel Michael says, messages like this are for every soul standing at the edge of a new chapter. Trying not to fall back into old fear. This is the closing confirmation. Archangel Michael says, heaven is not teasing you. What was shown is real, what was promised is real, and what's approaching is already in motion. So stay steady, stay grateful, and stay ready. Because your story is about to turn. And you won't recognize your old life. Now here's where it gets real, because the next thing Archangel Michael says, is the reason your whole body feels tense right now. Like something is about to break open in your life. He said he saw your spirit lifting higher than every hardship you faced. And the moment you rise, the universe responds, like it's been waiting for your permission to move. Don't skip, stay till the end. Because what's about to reach you, wasn't meant for everyone. Listen closely, this is the part where everything that once felt stuck, starts collapsing on its own. Archangel Michael says, the resistance around your life is weakening. Not because you fought harder, but because your season is changing. He saw blocks dissolving, delays disappearing, and sudden clarity replacing confusion. And he said, when this begins, it won't be slow. It will happen in waves. That means you won't have to chase what's yours anymore. It will start coming to you. Here's the twist that makes this message different. Archangel Michael says, you are about to receive proof. Not a feeling, not a vibe, proof. Something that lands in your real life. A message, a call, an email, a conversation, a chance. That feels too perfectly timed to be random. He said it will come with a strange calm, in your chest. Like your soul already recognizes it. That's how you'll know, the door is real, and it's opening for you. And this is where it gets even deeper, because Archangel Michael says, you're not only being blessed, you're being redirected. He saw you stepping away, from people who drained you. From patterns that kept repeating. From situations that kept shrinking your light. He said the universe is removing what doesn't match your future. Even if it hurts for a moment. But what replaces it, will feel like relief. Like safety. Like finally being able to breathe. Pay attention, because Archangel Michael says, the next chapter of your life is protected. In a way you haven't experienced before. He saw you surrounded, by divine covering. Where certain things, simply can't touch you anymore. The same traps that used to pull you back, won't work. The same toxic cycles, won't have power. The same fear, won't control you. This is the moment, your spirit gets stronger, than your history. Right now, this is where you lock in. If this message is hitting your heart, take 2 seconds, and like the video. Because it signals agreement, with what's being spoken over you. And if you know someone who needs hope right now, share it with them. Because sometimes one message saves a whole week. And subscribe, if you want these confirmations, the moment they're released. Because this isn't entertainment, this is alignment. Now listen, Archangel Michael says, the reason he cried, wasn't just because you rise. But because of how fast it happens, after this point. He saw you entering a speed season. Where things finally move, without you begging. He saw back-to-back wins. He saw unexpected help. He saw open doors, that feel unreal. And he said, once it starts, you will wonder why you ever doubted yourself. And here's the part that will shake you. Archangel Michael says, someone who dismissed you will suddenly respect you. Someone who overlooked you will suddenly notice you. Someone who walked away will suddenly realize what they lost. Not because you chased them, but because your energy upgraded. He said the glow on your life will become undeniable. And people will feel it before they understand it. Keep listening, because Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough isn't only external. He saw your mind settling, your confidence returning, your vision getting sharp again. He said the heaviness you've carried will lift. In a way that surprises you. Like waking up and realizing the storm is finally gone. That peace you've been begging for, he saw it entering your life quietly, then staying. This next line is the key. Archangel Michael says, your destiny isn't delayed anymore. And when he said that, he meant your timing has shifted. You're not in the same cycle, you're not in the same season, you're not in the same pattern. The universe is responding differently now, because you are different now. Your endurance built something in you that can't be taken away. And here's the final surge. Archangel Michael says, your future is calling you forward. So strongly, that you'll start feeling pulled to make choices that protect your peace. You'll stop settling, you'll stop shrinking, you'll stop explaining your value to people who refuse to see it. And when you choose yourself, the blessing recognizes you instantly. That's the moment your life turns from almost into finally. Stay till the end, because this is the confirmation. Archangel Michael says, the transformation you've been waiting for doesn't require perfection. It requires your presence, it requires your belief, it requires you to stop walking around like you're not chosen. Because you are. And what's coming is not small, not temporary, not fragile. It's solid, it's stable, it's yours. And once it lands, your life will never feel the same again.